Wagwan, and welcome along to our Christmas special, Fourever Arsenal. It's our last episode before Christmas. Want to big up the panel. Lee Judges looking very festive. Kenya back in for Curtis, who's off with the family up in Nottingham. Big up to Curtis. Merry Christmas to you. And Merry Christmas to Jack the Hat, right? Looking very festive today. And guys, you know what, right? I know we normally leave it until later on. I've got to jump in. How did you predict? How the hell did you predict that the game was going to be 1-1 and go to penalties? How do you do that? How are you getting all these predictions?
And Arsenal win on penalties as well. We said that.
And Arsenal win on penalties. How are you doing this?
I think like when your ball knowledge is at a certain level, it unlocks certain things for you. And obviously, one day you three will get there, obviously. But like at the point when you're at my level, you can sort of see things when it's going to happen. And I just thought like we've been consistent in, conceding late goals and inviting pressure. And I thought, before Christmas, players might have the holidays in their heads. So I saw a draw coming. And then when it comes to penalties, I knew, Kepa from his Chelsea days, normally decent at pens. Bit weird on him last night. But, we did it. We won. And that's me top of the leaderboard again. So one more game before the end of the year, is it, Lee? Two more games
You're
for the end of the year.
beginning to irritate me.
And if you don't get both them two scores absolutely correct, I think that means I'll win again, mate.
God, we'll go.
Who brought him on this pod?
Hey.
It's a bad decision.
Hey, but guys, as, I've been taking, the mick a bit with how good I am at predicting football games. I thought I'd, come a bit nice, Christmas episode. I thought I'd return the favour. So, for the Don Rob, here we go.
Oh, thank
It's
you
a
very
lovely
much.
little Christmas gift for you.
Oh, well, open it now?
You can wait 1 second. Kenya, I wouldn't forget about you.
Oh my God.
Taking an unreal step in for Curtis.
Oh. And did you actually wrap this yourself?
I wrapped this myself. I'm horrible at wrapping. And Lee, mate, as a present for you, mate.
After he was just dissing you.
Are you going to take a present?
This is really sus.
So,
What's going on?
let me thank you very much.
Kenya, Merry Christmas, love, Jack.
You'll feel free to
I'll tell you what,
open it.
Jack, that is very nice.
Hey, listen. A rum there.
A bottle of rum.
Mount Gay, Barbados finest.
What did you get for
I
me?
love that.
Some Barbados rum there.
If I've got shampoo or something like that, I'm going to be really offended.
Oh, this is so nice, thank you.
Some chocolates for Kenny,
Oh, gosh.
Enjoy.
I love chockies, thank you.
And Lee, what you got over there, mate?
Bloody shampoo. I bloody knew it. I bloody knew it, like,
I thought it'd be perfect for you, mate. I thought you could do all that.
I'll tell you what, though, it's got to go now, like. Chocolates, rum. I shall remember this, right?
Hey,
Give Jack some more points.
Lee.
You're a legend, you are.
There you go, mate.
Blimey, that is heavy.
What is it?
You can have a little wipe of that.
It's a year's supply of shampoo.
I feel gutted now because I didn't buy him nothing.
Nah, come on. I'm the new kid on the block. Got to treat everyone. Only saying guys.
Oh my God, Jack.
Couple lagers
It's so
over the Christmas.
appropriate as well, like.
You like that Asai as well, remember you saying?
There we go.
I hope you do win like that.
There we go.
Oh, Jack, that is superb.
Trust me, you came through, man. That is outstanding. Thank you very much.
So
I'm totally shocked by that,
come on, we got to start the Christmas episode off.
See,
nice,
and we think the youngsters of today are not, look how the generosity.
Well, the youngsters, I've got to say, I met 4 youngsters on the train yesterday, going back from, absolutely, 15 years. Big up to the boys, I can't think of their names now, They were sitting down, they said, "Yeah, lads, come, let us have a seat," which is really nice, there was a packed train, I said, "Oh, no, we've got to look after your elders," I don't know if they take the mick or not. But anyway, they were starting talking about the Arsenal and that, and this lady got on the next stop, and one of them just got up and just said, "Oh, you can have my seat," and all that, So the younger generation, bigging up, I'm coming up, and Jack, you've just reaffirmed it.
I'm putting on for the youngers.
Yeah, well done, Jack, man. Well done. And listen, we're all in a good festive mood, and Arsenal through to the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup. Made hard work of it, but we're there, man. We're there. Chelsea.
They are.
Right? What do you make of it? I mean,
I don't know. Now the Christmas vibes are out the way. I just thought I'd say that, first half performance, I thought we were quality. I thought, especially going forward, which is something we've lacked recently. I think Martinelli, special shout out to him. He had that guy on toast. He could not get near Martinelli. That was the best I've seen Martinelli play personally in years. He beat his man every single time he got the ball. Dangerous crosses in the box, not just aimless looped ones, they're actually dangerous crosses into the box. His link up with Gabriel Jesus back like the 22-23 season, reminiscent. It was unbelievable. I thought, it sort of brought what I expected though in terms of a lot of good football, but maybe not the finishing boots with the front three of Madueke, Jesus and Martinelli. Obviously very good on the ball, got to the box, maybe not as clinical as we're used to. I think there was a chance in maybe like the second, third minute. I thought Madueke could have
he
had 3 good chances.
He could have put us up, but I think overall in that first half, I was pretty happy. I thought Norgard, I thought he was holding down the midfield. We were retaining possession well. We had him camped in on the edge of their box quite well, and considering Norgard has been, 1, 2, 3 games this season, I thought he did really well.
One of those as a centre-back.
Yeah. So I thought Norgard did really well, obviously Martinelli. But then, it came to the second half and I feel like everything just flipped and we sort of reverted back to Arsenal of the past month in terms of we sat back a bit, we didn't look too threatening, we looked a bit cautious in the last minutes. Obviously, another goal from a set piece. It was like we reverted back again. So I don't know about you guys, but it was sort of like a game of two halves.
I thought we was decent all the way through. I have to say that. And Martinelli, by the way, he took his man on down the outside, come inside. He didn't know. He varied it up every single time, you know what I mean? And the crosses, Jesus with a good stuff. And it is funny that you should say that about, because him and Jesus got a very good understanding, like Odegaard and Saka on the other side, and maybe he's missed that. But I thought we looked dangerous going forward all the time yesterday. It was quite an entertaining game because of that. I thought we played quite well, but 4 games out of 5 now we've conceded in the last few minutes, and I think you're right. I think Mikel's got to start looking at that. I think that the decision to bring on Jesus and replace it with Marino going up top, should I say, Declan Rice in there, I thought was a wrong decision, and if you're going to want to keep control of it, maybe Zubimendi was the one to come. I don't know. It just seems like a little negative move from the manager.
He brought Rice on though.
Yeah, but it was a defensive. I don't think it was an attacking move, was it?
But Rice is not, it's not exactly a defender, right?
Yeah, but it's more the fact that we brought off a striker for a midfielder.
Midfield player. Yeah.
But can he do 90 minutes though?
No, because Gyökeres is on there.
Yeah, true.
I just felt it was a little bit. I don't know. I'm going to hold my hands up there and say I was sitting there at 1-0 thinking it's all over. I never thought that they was going to. So I thought we was comfortable defensively. I thought we looked really good defensively. I did not see them scoring. Even with that free kick come over, there was talk that it might have been offside. I don't know if it was or not. I've not seen the highlights or whatever, But I actually thought, we'd defend this. And then when they scored, I thought, I can't believe it, And then I had bad thoughts. Jack's got 1-1. I went into it, you know what I mean? And then we went up the other end and nearly scored. But I think, listen, if we've got to sort of sort out what's going on with these last sort of 10 minutes, because I thought we totally dominated that game. I thought we played real. But in the last 5 minutes, we got edgy again and conceded.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I do agree with you guys, but I also feel like, again, I know we can talk about the manager's in-game management, but I kind of look at it like, if you're bringing off, I actually think his in-game management from a managerial perspective was good. Just the players switched off in that last moment. And I feel like you look at it in the last couple of games against Aston Villa, Sunderland, etc. It is actually more players switching off rather than, I don't necessarily disagree with the subs, if that makes sense. I was actually happy to see that Rice come on, because I was like, yeah, Palace came out in that second half and you'd see straight away they made 2 substitutions because they're like, we're just losing a battle in the middle of the park. And then the fullback, he was just getting cooked by Martinelli. They changed it up. They looked better, but still, I agree with you. We were better. We should have put our chances away. But I don't know, I think we just switched off in the last 5 minutes. It's more of a player thing, really. I'm looking at it rather than like, oh, the substitutions were negative, because I saw that substitution of like, right, we can go and get one more, but also we're assured now we've got a really good defensive, you know, somebody that we know can defend really well, and Declan Rice, but also goes forward really well.
Yeah.
I mean, he could have won the game in the last kick, essentially.
We could have done that. And listen, their goalkeeper, it's not like it was a bore fest, was it? Do you know what I mean?
Nah,
Where
it wasn't.
like the Wolves game where we've not had one shot on goal or whatever.
Yeah.
Like. Their goalkeeper's, I thought he made 3 fantastic. The one
Saving
from
He made
Yeah,
7 saves, apparently.
was it 7?
I think they said he made 7 saves.
You know what I mean? We haven't seen that for a very, very long while, goalkeeper being there. And so you don't mind that so much? You know what I mean? Like,
They're a good defensive team.
And I thought we opened them up on more than one occasion, like, you know, and that move where I think Jesus should have scored at the end, the football to get that through, you know, I thought it was an entertaining game. Like, it's the best. Maybe we've been starved of a few like this season, but I certainly enjoyed the way we played yesterday. I know we didn't win, but that was encouraging. Like, you know, we've got to just sort out the things, and maybe it is a bit of on the players and all that. I don't know, but it's got 4 times now.
I would say, like, so for example, in that game, I think like Timber has that chance just before they score, and I'm just like, he just looked so like. No, he just kicks it into the keeper. Like, he's literally stood by the goal. Like, it's literally a tap-in. But he just kicks it into the keeper. And I was just I feel like moments like that, I'm like, can I really sit here and say that's Arteta? When actually I'm looking at a player that probably should have just buried that chance. Do you know what I mean? Like, even in the game, can I blame Arteta because Madueke misses easy chances that he should have just scored? Like, I don't know.
The only thing I'd say is it's just about patterns for me. And I said to Lee off camera earlier, is that obviously you can't blame the manager for players' individuals' mistakes or even like brilliances sometimes. But when it's a pattern of 4 out of 5 games of, it's not just that we're conceding in the last minute, it's that it's normally we sit back and then concede in the last minute. For 4 out of 5 games, it's sort of like, okay, well, the second time, okay, we'll forgive it. Sunderland, Chelsea, whatever, we'll be like, oh, okay. But when it's happening again, Wolves, etc., and it's happening again, we're going to go, well, at what point do we sit there and go, well, when are you going to stop doing this? When are you going to stop going back?
Sit back, though. I don't think we did, really.
It's more we accepted the 1-0. It's like we took the 1-0. Maybe sit back's the wrong word. We said that when Gabriel Jesus came off, that was Arteta saying, we'll take the 1-0. And maybe that's okay.
Not if you bring on Rice, I don't feel.
But
like,
what, with 5 to go, you're going to bring your striker off?
Yeah, but you put Marino up there, who's we know he can play as a striker.
Yeah,
so it's like, play Marino there, and then you're bringing on kind of
but what it does to
you're bringing on
Palace...
a quite attacking midfielder. And I just think as well that we do have to remember in games, right, that if you're a team and you're losing 1-0, you're going to have a go in the last. So it's
but we invited that.
It's always, if you're only 1-0 up, it's always going to be natural that a team has a go. And I just feel that it's more like, the thing that annoyed me more about that game, and annoyed me more about, say, even the Everton game, not so the Wolves game, we were just poor, right? Is that the game should be killed and dead and buried. We had the chances to finish. The game the other day against Everton, chances to kill that game. 2-0, it's over. Everton ain't getting 2 goals against us, right? 2-0 last night, game done, game over. It should have been 2-0 after the first half. And we didn't take our chances. And I'm more of the go and kill these games, right? Because 1-0 is not enough, especially in a Carabao Cup game, because you know it's going straight to penalties because, you know, teams know that. Yeah. So for the last 10, I mean, they came out in the second half. They'd obviously had a rollicking. They came out in the second half. They were more aggressive. They were more pressing better. Palace, they played better in the second half, right? So they made it a little bit more difficult for us. But we still controlled the game, like Lee said. But we didn't take the chances. Some of the chances, I looked watching the game and I was looking back over it and I was like, some of the chances. Oh. There was one that Timber had where he just headed it over the bar. I was like, yo, man, come on. You got to the Jesus one's a great save. The Madueke one. So look at the goal the guy scored in Bruges. Yeah, when you're through, you just hit it straight at the keeper. I mean, come on. And I was also looking at AK, I was thinking, if you're Victor Gyökeres, you're like, yo, bro, so when I'm playing, how comes no man ain't creating all that? Yeah, exactly. Right? They created a lot. There was like, put balls in behind, everything like that. I think it's a thing that more worrying for me is like, finish your dinner. Finish these chances, man. Then the game is over. At the moment, teams know as well, even in the Premier League, at 1-0, they know that naturally we're going to start getting a bit nervy, crowds are going to get a bit nervy because we know a draw is drop points.
Well, it's been devastating if that was a league game, Rob.
Yeah, it's drop
well
points.
As we play, we've been devastated.
And then like you're the, you know what I mean, all of a sudden now, you know what I mean, in the title race, you're in trouble. So finish off, like, there was enough chances to win that game handsomely. I spoke to my mate, he's a Palace fan, and he messaged me and he said, listen, he goes, end of the day, he goes, if we'd have won that, he goes, it would be a bit criminal, because he goes, we didn't really do enough to win it. He goes, you guys are deserved winners, but he goes, I'm gutted, obviously penalty shootout. By the way, the standard of penalties.
All penalties
from
were
both
good.
teams.
Yeah.
Every penalty was good.
The standard of the penalties in that game were brilliant.
Unbelievable. Talking about the finishing though, I did want to say that, like, Madueke, obviously, I think like he's actually not been a horrible signing compared to what people were saying about him, including myself. I was very like, wow, I don't know why we're doing this. The only criticism I have of him is that he looks like the same player we signed from Chelsea, which isn't a bad thing, which isn't a horrendous thing. But again, outside of Europe, he's still yet to score for us. And it's like he's now getting more and more minutes. Like last night, I thought was a perfect game where he could sort of get a goal. Well done.
So before the show, people, right, because we're recording the show actually on Christmas Eve, yeah, and we said...
You said it twice.
Right, we said to everybody that what we're going to do is we won't reference the fact that last night we'll just make it, because the show might come out on
I thought there was a certain word we can say.
You'd lose a point.
Jack.
He said last night, didn't
You said it twice.
But I didn't say the certain word. I didn't say the Y word. I didn't
He
say
said
the Y
last
word.
night you lose a point.
No, the point was Y word. The point was Y. Right, look at your gifts and that's it. That's it.
You're all right, son.
I did all right. Anyway,
That's why I was
Madueke.
silent.
Yeah.
I thought the game, which was played at a certain time, would have been great chance for him to show that, you know, a bit about him, push for a bit. And it's just, obviously, I get he's a good player, but when you're trying to win a title and you're trying to win 4 different competitions, and he's got a history of what the past 3 years being that explosive winger that maybe doesn't have end product. I just want a little bit more on the end product side. Not just goals. I'm talking like final balls and stuff. I don't expect him to score a hat-trick every game. He's not Messi. I don't expect that. But yeah, like you said, that chance 3 minutes in, I get it, start of the game, you're still a bit rusty.
He
but
had 3 good chances yesterday.
It's getting to the point where outside of Europe, 0 goals, and he did cost 50 million. It wasn't cheap, but I don't know. If that's the one criticism I could say of maybe the forward line, which is probably a good thing considering how critical we've been of him recently. It's just that.
I think when you look at it, 50 million is a lot of money for him. Like, you know what I mean? I have to say that. But who are you going to get?
Yeah.
Who's going to come in and be a backup for Saka? It's a very, very difficult thing to do.
Ilanga costs 50 million as well, and he ain't done anything.
No, it's very
better
difficult.
than him.
He's done well. But yesterday for me, that was a game for him where he turns around and says, right, Saka is not coming on, like, you know what I mean?
He said the Y word. He said the
Well,
Y
you said
word.
it now, like. It's all out in the open what day it is.
Yes.
But what I'm saying is, it's a game for him where you say, right, Saka, you ain't coming on. There's no need for you to come on. But what I'm saying is, I think we had to bring Saka on it.
Yeah, we did.
I think we did. Because he has I don't know about you, I think he's outstanding in the first half. And this may be because he's not had enough minutes and all that, but then he fades and fades. But you've got to, when you have those chances that he has, like, you know, like for instance, we're playing Everton away. They ain't taking Saka off and bringing him on. Like, he didn't got no minutes, so he's got to say the same. I've got to do the same to you, Saka, when you're not going to come on. Yeah. But I felt it was a case yesterday of like, yeah, I can see why. I don't want to see Saka come on. I don't want to see Declan. But in the end, I can see why you're going to have to bring Saka on. Yeah. And he's got to, you know, he had an opportunity yesterday, and I felt that he didn't do enough for me. And
I'll tell you, for me, right, really impressed me, right? And I thought I was watching Zubamendi play, right? Norgard, he was really good,
Uncle
man.
Norgard.
When did you see him play?
Huh?
When did you see him play?
When I see him play the other night, right? And he was really good, man.
He was
good on the
wicked.
ball, good passing, kept
Tackling
everything
was really
ticking,
good.
tackling good, positioning. He looked like he'd been playing all season. That's one player that, to me, filled me with a lot of confidence. Like, I was like, hey, if Zubamendi's out. Because remember, Palace, they went a lot stronger than I thought. They only made 3 changes and one was a keeper.
Told you.
Right? And one was an enforced change in Munoz. They went strong. I thought they'd make a lot. We actually made a lot of changes, but they didn't. But Norgard, for me, I was very impressed with that performance. He
Very
did really well. Like you said, he's only made a couple. One of them was as a centre-back. But in that midfield, man, it was just like watching what Zubimendi's been doing. It was like literally he just replicated what... I liked his performance, man.
Yeah.
He made me feel that if there's a game now and we can wrestle Zubimendi, if you're going to play like that, you could come in. Yeah. I don't know how you guys felt.
Yeah, I felt that as well. Yeah, I think that it was a good... It was a confidence boost for us to see him play that well. But and I think that you make the great point. Their midfield was strong yesterday, weren't they? I keep saying that now. Like, their midfield was strong.
Yeah, that Adam Morton's a good player.
God, how good is he?
Player,
I was so impressed with him.
Lerma, strong. They had a good midfield, man.
He never gives the ball away.
No, he's good.
He was under pressure about 4 or 5 times in that game. You think, right, he's going to lose it here. And he just found the pass, found his forward. I thought he was very, very good. Very, very good. But Norgard was as impressive.
Yeah.
And he kept him on. And you have to give him credit for one, his fitness levels to be able to do that. And he was influential. I thought there was one, I don't know who gave away a sloppy pass and he had to make a
in the middle,
last ditch. If he doesn't make that tackle, they're 2 on 1. And he made the tackle. I thought he was very, very impressive.
Do you know what? Yeah, the long throws that he does as well.
Yeah, they're good.
It gets in a place in a
Yeah,
team.
every long throw he did was really good.
good, yeah.
Honestly, I think a Declan Rice and a Calafiori got to be looking at that and saying, "How are you doing that?" Because every long throw he did was dangerous, perfect. I thought he was so good. Like you said, you couldn't even tell that Zubimendi wasn't playing. And I think it's one of them ones where before we've maybe been like, do you bring in a Norgard considering how changed the back line is? Like, it is a bit of a risk. We haven't seen him a lot. We need to remember, start of the season, he was injured as well. So didn't really get to maybe see him in a few games where he could have played. Nah, he's just like completely dispelled any thoughts or any doubt. And you see why he was a captain of Brentford, do you know what I mean? You see why he was so important to them because that is literally it was a captain's like performance, what he did. He was fantastic, honestly.
Chelsea in the next round. 2 legs.
We've now spoken about every forward player that we played and every midfielder that we played, bar one person. And he seemed to phase out the game. He seemed to phase out the game.
He weren't terrible, but he weren't influential.
He was like a 6 out of 10.
He weren't influential, was he?
But he wasn't, like I keep saying every week, was he the £70 million number 10, £65 million number 10? Yet again, for first 5 minutes, he had a couple through balls down to Lewis Skelly on the left. 20th minute, where's Eze? 45th minute, is he still on the pitch? And it sort of got like that again. And he's playing against his old club as well. And I think
he scored a winner against him last time.
In the last episode, we were saying, you're pushing, let's play him against his old club, he's got to play. And the only reason I'm extra critical maybe of Eze is because yet again, another game, a Carabao Cup game, and Ethan Nwaneri still can't get on the pitch.
Yeah,
and
that was the biggest disappointment.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. Is it a game where you say, all right, listen, Arsenal went through, but there is a stage of that game where you couldn't turn around and go, oh, at the end, if we'd have lost that game, you said, it didn't matter, we weren't really key, because he did, because he went with Declan Rice and all that. Like, I think there was a moment to, could he have brought on Ethan instead of Odegaard for that game? Could he have done that? And he didn't.
Mm-hmm. At that stage, it's still 0-0.
Yeah, so like he went for it. He brought an Odegaard. I thought Odegaard done well.
Bring on the big guns. And
done well when he come on. But Ethan, like, when's he going to get a game?
Yeah. Remember that guy in the comments last show? He said Phil Foden. Was it this show or there was a show? Was it this show?
No,
there was a show I was on.
Shows, wasn't he?
I was on a show the other day, and the guy said, Phil Foden at 18.
Yeah,
so he had to wait his time, right? Everyone at City saw his talent. Everyone saw how good he was. But remember, Pep was using very sparingly, had to wait his time. Saliba, at that age, a couple of loans gone out, we were all moaning, I think he's just going to have to be patient. I personally feel he's going to go out on loan in the January transfer window. I'd heard a little rumour about 6 weeks ago about it, and it would not surprise me if he went on loan. I heard a rumour that it could be a team like Brentford. Let's wait and see. Maybe that might not be the worst thing, because at the moment, he is behind Odegaard, he is behind Eze, you got Marino in there as well. You know, it's a lot of players in that, in that
I would
midfield
give him
area.
a loan now because if you can't play in the Carabao Cup, you're not going to play.
Yeah,
you're not going to play. You're not.
And then the next Carabao Cup's 2 legs against Chelsea. That's a big game all of a sudden. That's a semi-final, isn't it?
Yeah, so he's not. He's not going to play like.
Yeah. So yeah, it's.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got the crackers coming.
Hey, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, mate.
Oh,
Look at that, he's getting spoiled today.
All right, you know, I'm going to give half to Lee. Yeah, is that nice?
That's very nice.
Thank you very much, Marty.
nice.
Listen, this show's turning out all right, isn't it? Merry Christmas.
You've all been good girls and boys.
So excited. Thanks.
Find out tomorrow.
Cheers. Oh, we'll do these
you.
later.
Yeah.
These are nice ones.
And these are some
Thank you very
nice,
much, Mike.
these some nice quality crackers. These are as well.
Quality ones, right? You know what I mean?
We got Smarty Mighty.
Smarty Mighty.
Yeah, check out the Invincible
He's
podcast.
come up trumps, isn't he? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So, but Chelsea next.
Chelsea.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Matisse.
Looking forward to it.
Go, as Matisse sent me a message, big up Matisse, saying we go to war. Simple as that. Do you know what I mean? I think, look, there's no easy game out of all the 3 teams that we could have played, but I do like the fact that we're not going to have to travel very far, like up to a Newcastle, up to a Manchester.
Remember that last year.
Manchester City. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think we have.
I did want Chelsea because of that. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, like it is in London, and then as well, I looked at the games that we would play before each leg. So we play Portsmouth away,
Yeah, I think I had
Chelsea
it.
away. I wrote it down. Let me just get it up. I'm pretty sure it's Portsmouth away,
Look at them, they got their
then
research.
Chelsea away. Yeah, I had a look last night because I was like, right, who are we gonna have to play during this time?
It's true. We've got Portsmouth in the FA
Portsmouth
Cup.
away,
Yeah,
Chelsea away, then Forest away is round the first leg.
right.
And then for the second leg, we'd go Leeds away, Chelsea at home, then Sunderland at home. So that would be our games in that spell, which could be a bit better. But
Well, it could be. You know, what I mean, got the.
yeah, I think what helps as well is like we've already qualified in the Champions League and stuff like that. So that's kind of out of mind. Like we can just go into this, try and win it. Do you know what I mean? Go strong.
There is that's a great point because we talk about it. There's opportunities to rotate a lot in January for us where other teams can't.
Yeah.
There's a busy month in January. Like for instance, the Portsmouth game we can rotate in that, which we will do. We could actually rotate in the semi-final if we want.
I think we will.
We will to a certain degree, yeah.
And then we've got 2 Champions League games where we can rotate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where other teams can't. So that's 4
Chelsea
games.
can't for sure.
Chelsea can't
Chelsea
because they're not
can't as
guaranteed in the
much.
top 8, yeah.
So that they're going to have to rotate somewhere along the line, but they ain't guaranteed of a place in the top 8 at this moment in time, nor a Manchester City, nor a Newcastle. So all these teams that are in and around us at the moment have got a you know, like minefields to sort of go where they're going. With us, we got 3. We can go we can rotate in 3 or 4 games here. So you got a choice with, for instance, Kepa might not. Here coming for David Ray might not play for 10 days.
Yeah, potentially.
In January, with all of those games coming, you could do that with a few of our players, which would be a big bonus.
Yeah, it would. I think as well with Chelsea, I think they have to play like Napoli away in the Champions League as well, which again is a really physical, hard game. Have to travel out there. Like, whereas I know we have to go to Inter away, but we've already qualified. So it's not really a necessity. It's not a necessity for us to win it, or, you know, we could go there and draw really.
And then we've got that Carrot the last
And then we've got the Carrot at home.
Rotate everyone for that game. They're like near the bottom of the...
And we only need to win 1 game to guarantee first or second.
Yeah.
And that whether you get first or second gives you the home advantage all the way through if you get to the final. So you've only got to win 1 out of 2.
Yeah.
And you know, you've really got that.
Done the work.
You've done it.
Yeah, exactly.
Done the work. You know what? Somebody said this last night when I was doing the interviews, yeah? Kepa, semi-final,
Is that redemption?
possible final.
Plays.
Does he play?
For
Or
League Cup?
do you go strongest and say, boy?
Nah,
Kepa?
strongest team.
Or does
For League
Kepa
Cup?
play? Yeah.
Kepa, yeah.
I mean, I'd say Kepa. That guy was saying,
Yeah, I think
it's Jason. Jason's going, nah, man. He goes, strongest team, Raya comes in.
I actually
That'd be
agree.
harsh, wouldn't it?
No, I think Kepa's quite good.
I think he's good.
I think he's good as well, but I think we want to take this competition as seriously as
So
possible.
you drop Kepa?
Yeah, I would.
That's ruthless.
Calm. After getting us to the semis of the penalties
So?
as well.
It's definitely
Yeah, but
a loss.
based on what you guys are saying, you could make the same argument for Norgard. Oh, he's been good after the last game. Should I play him in the next? No, that's not how it
I think with
works.
the goalkeeper, there's an understanding that they play in cup. Like, I think Kevin, like why
If
he
he
comes
had-
to the club.
If he had saved like 3 penalties last night, then fairs. But he saved 1 and he played well.
Yeah, but they're great penalties.
FA
like-
Cup,
He won us a
David
game.
Raya, League Cup, Kepa. I
Yeah.
think that's all. It's always been.
Hey, you're harsh, man.
This very
Game's
harsh.
a game, mate. I just want to
She
win
wants
the
to win.
competition. I just want to win the competition, and I want to go with my best team. You look at every club that's gone on to win the Carabao Cup. They play their strongest team.
Nah. Remember that year when Liverpool won it? They played.
They always play. They play a strong team.
They
but
played.
always
They
change
played
the
kids because they had
change the
no.
goalkeeper.
They had no other choice to play kids because they had an injury crisis. They had about 5 players out.
Yeah, I'd play Kevin.
I thought that was like an unwritten rule. Like you just play your second choice in the League Cup. Like
Yeah,
it's
I
just,
think it
like,
is to a certain. I think there's some sort of thing of that because otherwise it's hard to
David
sign a
Raya.
good
even
club.
Palace playing their second choice keeper
Yeah.
last night. It's like a
Yeah,
thing,
but
isn't
that's
it?
in a
There are some
quarter-final.
teams though that then when it gets to the serious
No, so
thing,
do you guys think when we play Chelsea they're going to play that Jorgensen over Sanchez? They're absolutely not going to do
They
that.
might do
the
because
League
just
Cup,
because
I
of the
think
amount of
they will.
games they've got coming.
There's no way. I
don't
really
know.
don't think they are.
Talking about squad depth though,
That's interesting.
Manchester City, Semenyo
Semenyo.
looks like
Yeah.
by the time maybe we do the next pod, that could even be done.
Yeah,
looking at news.
because Chelsea sort of came in for him, and it looks like he said, "No, I want to go
Man
City," and he does look like he's going Man City.
which is a
Yeah,
front.
Arsenal haven't called yet.
No,
Well,
I don't think Arsenal are going to go
Yeah,
in for it.
I was reading how like basically we're interested in, but we're not doing anything in January, and he doesn't really want to wait. He just wants to go in Jan, and we're saying nah, anything we do is going to be in the summer. So I kind of hear it from his perspective.
You got to get him. You got to pay all 60 odd million up front.
Yeah.
It's not like you can't pay it over. So it is a
Yeah,
big
They
outlay.
got that then.
Well, you know them.
Yeah,
they got
exactly.
Magic of City,
To
innit?
City,
Lying down the sofa.
they make a lot of money because they've won a lot of things, innit? And they've over the last few years and won trebles and things like that and Champions League. So they have got a lot of money. But yeah, you got to pay all the money up front. So I think it's a lot of these clubs that have sort of shown an interest have been trying to get around that.
Yeah, they just got that.
But City probably just got it. So yeah, here it goes.
Yeah, how much
I
you
don't
want?
think Arsenal want to fork out 65 million in
Yeah.
one hit.
Nah, we don't.
It's going to be tough. though,
That's why
innit?
we didn't buy Hincapie. That's why we got him on a loan, anyways. You know what I mean? Because we
Could
didn't
be
really want to
could
pay
be
all
a
that
game
up front.
changer.
Semenyo,
Yeah.
Shirky, Foden, Haaland, Marmoush.
They got,
then-
better,
No, man.
they've got a better front line.
Surprising to
Doku.
me though that they're not going to get. I look on it and I'm saying, is that what they really need? If I was a City fan, I'd be saying you could go and get like Gay. I need
mean-
some defenders to me.
Gay.
I'd rather them get Semenyo than Gay. If they go in for Gay, I'm going to be a bit.
Do you see the Gahey stuff when you're in the stadium? I don't know if you guys have seen it, but Gahey last night, well, for one, he didn't celebrate.
Yeah, why
Yeah.
doesn't someone
The conspiracy theories already started.
Yeah, so there's a couple weird ones happen. So obviously he didn't celebrate scoring in the quarterfinal,
Last
which was
minute.
last
Yeah,
minute as
last
well,
minute.
which was a bit weird.
And all of the Palace
Is that because he
players
knows he's not going to be in
celebrated.
the final?
But then everyone celebrated apart from him. And then
Yeah.
at the end of the game, all the Palace players have walked off, and Gahey's walked off and come and sat with Madueke, Saka, and Arteta. And Arteta's even come up to him and shook his hand and put his arm over his shoulder a bit. And then he sat there chatting with Madueke and Saka, having a bit of a laugh. So everyone was a bit of a there has been interest before.
centre-back.
according
He's
to
very good.
stuff.
If you're one of the best centre backs in the league, but
Where would he play?
exactly, I
We
couldn't
think
see him
about
come
that
to
later.
Arsenal.
That
I
was
couldn't
it.
see him coming because it's a World Cup year.
Yeah.
The guy's going to want to play unless it was a thing where they said to him, "Listen, sit it out there till the end of
summer.
the season, and then we get you then." But I can't see how he could.
But
come
maybe
in
we've
now.
looked at Hincapié and gone, do we want to be spending £50 million
Isn't it
on him?
obligation, though?
Yeah, I think Hincapié. I think
it might be an
Hincapié's
obligation.
obligation. We're definitely going to get Hincapié, and I don't necessarily think he's buying Hincapié to play as a centre back.
Nah,
He's
to
looking
play
to play
left
as
back.
on the left as a left back. Gay would be a great signing, but I just can't see him personally. Surely it'd be a better move for him to go to like a Liverpool or somewhere you're going to play in a World Cup
Madrid
year.
Or at Inter.
I agree. It was just a really weird.
The thing
was.
is with
Or a Barca.
Madueke, they must have been together at Chelsea when they was kids.
Madueke, yeah, probably.
Maybe,
So they was
but then
When
somewhere-
in England set up
No,
as well.
but wasn't
England set.
Madueke
Madueke
at
Spurs.
Spurs?
Yeah,
He was at
Madueke Spurs,
and then
yeah.
he went over to PSV.
Yeah.
But I guess it's the England.
England
It's
youth.
the England thing,
But
isn't it? They're all
still-
England.
It was just a bit.
Because
Weird.
it was Miles as well. Like he was chatting to Miles as well. So obviously, like you got the whole England
Yeah,
thing.
but someone said about why didn't he celebrate? Is it the only reason I can think of is because he knew that he weren't going to be playing in the final if he's going to leave in January.
Maybe Andrea Berta told him not to.
I mean, he should leave in January realistically, because a club like Palace, when they're screaming out for depth, can they afford to let him go for free?
They can't. What I've heard is, again, Transfer Daily coming up very soon, people, right?
Cheeky plug.
Next week kicks off. But what I'd heard on the Gay situation... Yeah. What I heard on the Gay situation is that basically he personally would like to stay at Palace till the end of the season.
Yeah.
Because he's got loads of options.
Yeah.
He's got Liverpool, he's got Real Madrid, he can have anybody,
Inter,
right?
Barca.
Right? Maybe an Arsenal, maybe, who knows, right? Whereas Palace want him to go now.
Yeah.
Right? Because they want the money for him. They know if they make him go now, they get at least a 30, 35 mil. Maybe even a couple of teams bidding for, which they're never going to get. Obviously, he's going to walk away for free in the summer. So it's going to be an interesting one to...
Why would he want... He might as well wait, mightn't he? He's going to... All the money goes to him.
Yeah, he'd want to wait.
But then as well, he has a choice of saying like, you know, we've got our Premier League hats on, but the reality is so many clubs need centre-backs. Look at Real Madrid, look at Inter Milan, do you know what I mean? Barcelona recently have just lost a centre-back. Like, if I'm Mark Gay, it's just like, I could go to any club in Europe. I'm a top centre-back, I'm starting for England, I'm one of the starters, I'm fantastic.
Playing well.
I'm playing really well. He's quite young. Like, why would I just, you know, sign myself over to Liverpool when there's actually a lot of options? Like, he could still go to Liverpool, but then as well, he's going there as a free agent so he can bargain a bit more and say, I want higher wages.
I'm staying.
I want to be guaranteed that I'm starting every game with Virgil, for example. Like, there's actually a lot of power in it. And I think as well with Palace, if he turns around in January and says, well, I'm not going, Palace are in a position where they can't drop him, can they? He's a captain, he's their best player.
They put themselves in his position.
Yeah, he actually is, you know, he's got the power in his hands, really. Yeah. It's his decision.
But they want him gone because they want the money for him, right? So, you know, and it won't go down well with Glasner either, will it? Because he's already unhappy.
Yeah.
And he's out of contract at the end of the season as well. It's going to be interesting to see that. But listen, it all returns back after all our Christmas festivities on Christmas Day, Boxing Day. Day after that, it's back to business. Premier League. And it's Brighton at home.
Trossard arrives.
And do you know what, right? I was looking at our record against Brighton. Last year,
yeah, mixed bag.
2 draws
against
Brighton.
Controversial things in both games.
Yeah, remember that? Yeah, remember that? That was
red card,
that was a Declan Rice one, wasn't it?
And then the Saliba headbutt, which was taken as a penalty that we've never seen ever since.
Yeah, looking at some of the stats, Arsenal have won just 3 of their 8 Premier League home games against Brighton. 38%. Drawn 2, lost 3. They only have a lower win rate against Wimbledon, 25%, and Liverpool, 36%, among the sides they've faced 5+ times.
Wow.
However, Brighton are winless in their last 4 Premier League games against Arsenal, drawn 2, lost 2. Though they did come from behind to draw 1-1 in both meetings last season. And all 3 of Arsenal's Premier League home wins against Brighton have been by 2-0 scoreline in 2017, 2021, and December 2023, failing to win any of their 5 against them at the Emirates, in which they've conceded, as I said, drawn 2, lost 3. Really weird record against them at home. As I said, last season, 2 draws against them, right? Home and away. Right, looking at the current form coming into the game of Brighton, their last game at home, they drew 0-0 against Sunderland. They lost away 2-0 at Liverpool. They drew 1-1 with West Ham at home.
I watched that.
They lost at home 4-3. Remember that game? They were winning 2-0. That was a League Cup. No, it's Premier League.
Yeah.
They was winning that game 2-0 up, ended up conceding 4 against Villa. And they beat Nottingham Forest 2-0 away from home. They're a real mixed team. They're a team that, obviously, you can see from a lot of those stats, ain't the best defensive team in the world.
Yep.
This is another one of those games for Arsenal where it's about reversing what we did last year. We did that at Everton. we had a great record away at Everton either. But we got the win there. Can this be one of those that we reverse? You know, some of those games, we've had a couple of those this season where Last year, it was a draw, and we've turned it into a win. Last year at Fulham was a draw, turned it into a win. Can this be one of them? Because the record ain't great against them.
No.
Don't know why.
No.
It was that one last year. That was the Declan Rice one. That was a...
Yeah, they're a bit of a bogey team, aren't they? And I think with Brighton, they're a team that can do anybody. Like, it's not just us. It is Liverpool, it's Chelsea. Like, they can just turn up for those one-off games. And, you know, like, I think we've said before how a lot of smaller teams, this is their cup final. To beat Arsenal is a massive thing. Do you know what I mean? To come to Emirates and get a draw, to even get 3 points is massive. But I do look at Brighton and it's, in a way, kind of similar to how we've been in the last couple of games. Just can't see games out, can't see games through. Against Aston Villa, smashing them up, ends up losing 4-3. Like, where they were in control for 30 minutes, just switched off, let them back in. Do you know what I mean? Against Liverpool, not the greatest. Against West Ham, salvage a point right at the end. Against a West Ham that, you know, isn't the West Ham of old. Do you know what I mean? So we just need to be professional. Like, I think if we can do what we did against Everton, but with more goals, I will feel calm about it. We just need to get through this tricky period. But did you say it's at home? It's home,
home game.
Yeah, I think that's good as well. But we just need to be locked in, man. Honestly.
I've been told that Brighton fans actually don't really like us. I've had a shock, not a massive shock. Who does like us, but
No one likes us. We don't care.
I've got a few friends. Big up the Seagull Social guys. I think we've done a few works with them on AFTV. Ben and Maz. Done a lot of work with them, and my friend Jack Jeffrey. They seem to think that like we hate them because like they play a certain type of football and stuff like. I didn't know that we've ever had a thing against Brighton, me personally.
Brighton.
And
What
then
are you trying to do?
but this is going back.
Palace.
Yeah, this is going back like a couple years, and obviously they can only speak for. They are match-going fans, and they can only speak from that. But they seem to really, really not like us. But I always remember, is it the game under Unai Emery, and we missed out on top 4. And Basuma was at Brighton at the time.
Exactly, I remember that
and
game.
Monreal's on the floor, and he's walking over and laughing, and it's all been clipped up and stuff. So I've always like hated playing Brighton from that moment. Just that's sort of like ingrained in my head.
There was the famous one with Ty, innit?
Yeah.
I think a lot of it's to do with Ty because of Mope.
Yeah, that
You know what I mean?
man.
it could be that.
Mope, I mean, Ty's caused all this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Blame
Mope
Ty.
injuring Burn Leno, innit?
So yeah, we've got a bit of history with them.
Yeah,
I
we've
guess.
got a bit of history with them. But
Their manager.
And then
as well.
the last year one with
Declan
Declan
Rice.
Rice. I mean,
That
we
was
owe
a
them something
disgrace.
for that, actually.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, there is beef after that.
And the penalty. And the penalty as well. That penalty is
we are.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Saliba, João Pedro. Yeah.
Yeah.
bogus. I don't
We
care
are.
what
Yeah.
anyone
So
says.
maybe they're right. Maybe we have got a bit of beef.
No,
with
the
them
beef
right
is
now.
on, man.
You just get dodgy. You just get dodgy decisions. Like when it, like even that Martinelli tackle from Caicedo, was that
Yeah.
even given as a red in that? Like I can't remember.
No.
Like, do you know what I mean? Just completely clattered him when actually he could have went on and broken that record goal scored by
Yeah, for
Brazilian.
Brazilians. Yeah, I don't know. Their manager as well. I mean, outside of Arsenal fans, I think we all sort of know not a lot of people like Mikel Arteta.
Yeah.
And Brighton's manager, I have the same feeling towards
Yeah,
the
Hertzler.
Fabian Hertzler. I don't know. It seems to like whenever they lose, like he blames all his players, he blames everything else, and it's never him. And he always comes out and he has a few weird comments sometimes, and I don't know. He just seems a bit arrogant sometimes, and maybe people think that of Arteta as well. So I don't know. Yeah, maybe we've just found a new rivalry with Brighton.
Well, I hope they approach it like that, pumped
Yeah.
up, and with remembering last year, we can't go into that game with the sort of passive stuff that we saw against Wolves.
Yeah.
'Cause they've got
10 times better.
more weapons to hurt us.
Yeah. They've only got
Danny
one player.
Welbeck, players
Yeah.
like
Danny Welbeck's on the way back and he's back in training now, so he's always a fool. I quite like Danny, so like, I've got nothing.
Danny, I like, yeah.
Yeah,
against Brighton.
love Welbs.
I've got nothing against Brighton.
I don't know. Havertz back, maybe.
Yeah, potentially, he's
Yeah, he's
pictured
back in
in
training now.
training and
Yeah,
stuff,
they've
which
said
is
he's back
great.
in training.
What about Nkapia though? Apparently, we're not really sure what's.
he's
apparently, it's a little
dangerous.
shoulder thing, but
I think it'd be all right.
I think he'll be okay.
Gabriel's, he was at the game yesterday, I saw him on the
Yeah.
sideline, and Mascara was at
Mascara.
I see them.
We're not far, guys. We're not
Yeah.
far. Maybe give it 2 weeks.
Hopefully
we
we-
might have a whole squad for the first
That'd be
time
weird
this
if we have a
season.
whole. You know, if we do a start 11 show, there's a whole squad. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
That's gonna be too weird.
Portsmouth would be interesting.
I
wouldn't
just used to talking about injuries, man. I'm not.
Yes.
Oh, we got everyone to pick from.
Everyone's
What?
fit, yeah. Well, I mean, right now, is it Mosquera and Gabriel? Or they only really...
it? Ben White is the other one.
Ben White.
Ben White.
Kai Havertz is obviously still out.
And now Martinelli.
Oh, yeah.
Martinelli now.
I assume-
You know what happens, right? They
One
come
in,
back,
one out.
someone else
Someone
goes.
back.
Like that.
Yeah, one in, one out.
Right there, wasn't it? Like,
Yeah.
But this is a must-win game. The draw's not good. We drew with them twice last year.
Yep.
Got to turn the draw into a win.
Yeah.
Does that mean we're going to go on to predictions? Predictions for the game?
We've got the table up. Well, I don't suppose we have because Ryan's not here.
We got the table up, guys?
Ooh.
Don't think they have.
Yeah, they're fired, man. I mean, I've had enough.
Hey!
There he goes.
Well done, Joe. Joe never lets you down, does he? Like, you know, he might be late, but he's don't let you down.
Look at that.
You're on fire, man. You're on fire.
Look at that lead. Curtis down there on 13 points.
You're on fire.
Oh.
That's how to knock someone off the top, by the way. Smash them by 3 points.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, after, as I said, after that prediction, that one, like,
That was insanity.
You know what's
1-1
better as
draw
well?
penalties, that was it.
That
Yeah.
I could have had more points if I was, you know, a greedy, self-centered man, but because I got the old little England score right with leave that time as well, and I said no, we'll leave that off the board. So I could have had more points, but you know,
He's trying to study.
he's trying to work. He's like
So it's starting to wind me up even more.
the mathematics of it.
Yeah, you've done well so far, but you know, you don't,
Mate,
you don't win nothing. You know,
Don't win nothing at Christmas, do you? It's all right, mate.
A certain team 2 points behind at top of Christmas.
Nah, it's all right. I'm coming for that
But
star, mate.
you are the Christmas number one. Well done.
I'm Christmas number one. Christmas
Fire
number
away
one.
then.
Far.
Star on top of the tree.
Brighton at home. Let me just think. So we got, it's 2-1 Arsenal. I've decided it's 2-1 Arsenal. So you can go with whatever scores you want, but I'm just telling you that it's 2-1 Arsenal. So
2-0.
yeah, 2-0 Judges. Who would have thought?
Well, I haven't gone 2-0 for ages. So I'm going to.
Do you know what, right? We ain't scored a load of goals for ages, right? Could this be the one when they rein in?
Go on, 6-0 Rob. Go on. I know you want it.
Ain't gonna be 1-0. 3-1.
I was going to say that.
We can still say it. Why don't you go 8-1? Curtis is down the bottom. You ain't-
Yeah, he's at the bottom anyway. It doesn't matter.
Do you know what? I'll do something. I'll say 1-0 then to make it different.
1-0.
Yeah, I'll go 1-0 Arsenal.
You're too nice. You should have given him a 9-0 or something.
We
Yeah.
better win this game with like these are games.
Yeah.
These are the
Nah,
ones.
we're going to win it. Jack
The-
predicted a win.
Yeah, I've said it's 2-1. So
The
it's
next
right,
two games are two games that
Got home, two
that
got
we
win.
got to turn around from last season. So around, you know, we've been doing that this season,
Yeah.
turning around those. But this and then Villa, we lost to Villa at home last season.
No, we drew.
We drew.
Oh, sorry, we drew with it. Yeah, we
But
drew
we were
with them.
2-0 up.
Another one that needs
Yeah,
turning
it was
around.
2-0
We were
up.
2-0
Yeah.
up in that game.
Another one that needs turning around. So we got to start
Yeah.
turning. And if we do,
We
You know?
need two games. We should win out. Like, I'll be really honest. If it was Man City and they're playing Brighton at home, Villa at home, Bournemouth away, I'm saying 9
Yeah,
points.
no.
Easy. Yeah.
It's an easy 9 points for them. So we've got to do the same. We've got to
Yeah.
do that.
I saw a thing that we put up on AFTV, the social team, which was really interesting.
Oh, about the away games.
And listen, you still got to go and do the job, right? But it said average current league positions of Arsenal's remaining away opponents. Bournemouth 15th. This is as it stands, obviously.
Yeah.
Forest 17th. Leeds 16th. Brentford 12th. Tottenham 14th. Brighton, who we got this week, 9th. Wolves 20th, bottom of the table, of course. City 2nd, obviously. West Ham 18th. Palace 8th. Actually, look at that. Those are the away games.
You got a chance, haven't you?
Got a chance.
Yeah.
We've got a chance. You know, we've done a lot of them very hard
That could change.
away
but
games
like,
already, but we then refer back to games like Wolves and things like that where,
Well, a team
listen, we
like-
won it, but
There's certain teams in there like a Brentford that have wicked home form. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have a Leeds that look how well they're playing right now. Like if they can sustain that till we play them, that game might look different. I think even last time when we played Leeds away, we only won 1-0 and it was a very tight game. Do you know what I mean?
I seriously think, right, even despite what everyone's saying about last minute conceit, it's about taking chances. It really is, because I really started looking at last season closely, and the season before, that. What done us wasn't defeats.
Yeah.
It's draws.
Yeah.
Too many draws. If you look at Man City, what they do, they win a lot of games.
Yeah.
They've lost 4 games this season and they're 2 points behind us. Why? Because they don't really draw many games. And if you win a game, it's 3 points. You draw, it's only 1.
Yeah.
You draw 3 games, that's the same as winning 1 game. Yeah. So that's what we got to start. We've got to start being more clinical. That's why you watched that game the other day, you just say to yourself, well done, all right? You say to yourself, finish teams.
Yeah.
Maybe it is bringing in somebody in January to more, I don't know, who adds, or all these guys got to get their shooting boots on. And the good thing is the attackers are all coming back. Yeah. But they've got to be clinical in these games. We've got to, because too many draws keep costing us.
And if I'll be honest, one thing I would criticise Havertz for, Finishing. Other than that, I think he's a great footballer. But
this is where Victor Gyökeres, right?
This is where Victor
has to step up. This is where Victor
your
Gyökeres, your Gyökereses, your Eze's, your guys like this, guys who supply, guys who finish. We need them in the second half of this season, because, to me, got to turn these draws into. So far, we've been doing it, but we've just been scraping it. Got to,
Yeah.
So let's see. But those are our predictions. Comment time?
Comments time.
Comments.
Can I go first?
You
Go
can.
for it, Lee.
Classic, this one. Oh, where is it?
You've been drinking, mate.
Bloody phone.
Do you want me to go while you find it?
Yeah. Go on then.
Just once again, rubbing it in a little bit more. Jack got it spot on from OFM8265. What's the lotto numbers for tomorrow? And, I keep them to myself, so but don't worry.
You're not sharing.
No sharing.
Let me know,
mate.
though,
Yeah. Got you. Go on, Lee.
Kenya, a mainstay. Robbie out.
Thank you very much. See what I mean? Merry Christmas to you too.
I'm so dead. I have this comment from Mr. Tekedo. He says, Arsenal delivered like AJ. It wasn't great to watch, but pleased with the result, emphatic win.
That's a good analogy. Yeah. Very good analogy. Joseph Madari says, the narrative that Man City still has a tougher run of games ahead gives me PTSD from last season. We were saying the same thing about Liverpool. Liverpool have not yet played anyone decent. And when those challenging games came, Liverpool just cruised and it was over. So that's a good point that he makes there. Yeah. I do think, though, let's see what happens with City. They do have a very challenging January and February in particular coming up. Let's see. Let's see. They are the informed team at the moment.
Yeah, they are.
Without a doubt.
Them at Villa. The team's behind us.
Actually, Villa are the informed team. Then City... than us.
Doesn't help when you have the best forward line in the league, and then you just go and buy probably the best winger in the league this season as well and add it to it. So definitely doesn't help. But
I would still say with them, I feel defence
in transition.
They can be got at. Even I was watching back their game the other day, the
Palace game.
Palace game. Yeah. Palace should have been a couple up.
They should have been, yeah.
So are they going to be relying on just outscoring teams? You could possibly do that if you've got Haaland fit for the rest of the season. You can outscore teams. But it's going to be... The second half of the season is going to be very, very interesting indeed. And, do Arsenal need to do... I'd like to ask people that in the comments. Do we have to go and do something in January to try and see this over the line?
I believe we do.
Yeah.
Okay. Really interesting. Yeah, Crackers.
Crackers time.
Crackers. How are we doing this then?
How do we do this then?
Well,
how we doing this?
Do mine.
Oh, do mine.
Wait, how are we doing?
Oh, yeah, surely we should do some like...
Everyone should hold one, no?
This is like Spider-Man.
Yeah, and then there we go.
Wait,
3, 2, 1.
Oh, I got both.
Oh, yeah, I got one.
Yeah,
I got one. Hey.
Here you go, Nick.
I hate Christmas.
I think this came out of it.
Grinch.
What we got here?
You got a joke? Oh, what have I got here?
Oh.
What is that?
Oh.
What is
It's
this?
a nail clippers or something.
Oh, this is a bottle opener. Oh, that will
there you go. You needed
come in
that.
handy for the beers. Well done, Martin.
Right,
So
there's a
great
joke.
selection.
Keyring, yeah.
And a gold hat. I've got a hat already.
Oh.
And let me read what this says. How does good King Wenceslas like his pizza?
Wait, say that again.
What?
How does good King Wenceslas like his pizza?
What does that even mean?
You know, good King. There's a song in it, Good King Wenceslas.
I'm in my 20s. I don't
Right?
know what this means.
How does he like his pizza? You know? No.
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 Deep pan, crisp and even.
Oh, didn't Christianity went la 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 la. Very good.
That's crisp and even. What's your one say?
I got one here.
We're close
Yeah.
enough.
What do you call a very, very handsome, fly, suave young man? Not Lee Judges. There you go. Sorry.
Is that what I said? Come on, what's the thing say?
No, here we go. We got, what did one snowman say to the other?
You melt.
No, it's not that though. We got Marty laughing back behind the camera. Do you smell carrots?
Oh my God.
Get out of it, man.
Martin's
Get out of
better
it,
than
man. Get out. Yeah, Robbins
You melt.
is
Yeah,
better.
You melt.
What you got? What you got?
Okay, my one says, how do you scare a snowman?
You freeze.
How do you
How do you scare a snowman?
take your lighter out?
You're close.
You should write the new one.
You're kind of close. It says with a hairdryer.
Okay.
That was kind of close.
What you got, Lee? Yeah, he got his glasses.
No glasses.
It says, how do sheep greet each other at Christmas?
But
No.
oh, it's close.
Merry Christmas to you.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
But I'm grateful for the bottle opener. This will come in handy for the drinks that Marty got, and for thank you very much. I mean, appreciate that.
Oh, man.
The generosity of these guys.
Yeah, biggie
What
guys.
do you bring?
Huh? I've just bought myself. That's good enough.
I mean, you ain't come bearing any
I
gifts,
ain't
have you?
been down to Chris. Do you know why I haven't?
Grinch.
Because I was here bleeding early this morning.
But listen, I want to wish you all a Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to Curtis as well and his family out there. Marty, Merry Christmas
Merry
to you
Christmas.
as well. But Merry Christmas to all you guys. And Merry Christmas to every one of you following Forever Arsenal podcast. We're going to get bigger and better in 2026 as well. But Merry Christmas to all of you. If you celebrate Christmas, if you don't celebrate Christmas, still have happy holidays. Enjoy your time as well. But listen, it's Christmas, top of the league, top of the Champions League, and through to the semi-final of the Carabao Cup. That ain't bad.
Sounds pretty good to me.
Take that, won't we?
What's going to happen in
Also top of the league as well.
Yeah, I'm top of the league.
And you're top of the league. It's all going well for you.
All going
Keep
well,
it
Jack.
going.
It'll go wrong though.
Oh, guys, thank you. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.